Yo, yo, yo. Yo, yo, yo. Yo, I got some bomb sushi right now. It is so delicious and spectacular. Someday I'm gonna actually get good at holding these chopsticks, but mm, 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 mm. It's so good, y'all. So tasty and delicious. I mean, a sip of water. Whoops. Uh oh. All right. Well, that's taking a tumble. Gotta get some of this eel sauce going. Hold on, y'all. Gotta get some of this eel sauce. I told myself tonight, instead of eating the regular dinner that I normally eat, I'm gonna do something different. And I landed on sushi somehow. I don't know how, but sushi's where I ended up. Hope everybody had a delicious day at work and stuff, and doing what you gotta do to make it to the next day. Uh oh, what did I just do? Break my computer. There we go. All right, I totally just froze something. Oh well, it'll be fine. Never eat over your keyboard because somehow, no matter how careful you are, you always spill something. And I don't know how that's possible, but oh, Studley, what's going on, Studley? Hold on, Studley. Let me show you how we introduce people to the chat. Hold on, I gotta give me a second. I gotta give you this. I gotta do it right. Okay, I gotta do it right for you. This how we introduce people to the stream chat. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go, Studley. And then we do some of these too. You know what I'm saying? We do a little bit of these. Yo, we do a little bit of these. Just to get you feeling good. Play a little this the Yo, this how we say welcome. This how we say welcome to the stream. That's the new way. That's the new way we say welcome to the computer lab. Okay. Yo, that's what I'm about to change the name of this from the junkyard to the computer lab. That's important. I got to do that. That's a really dope. That's a dope thing to do. All right. So hopefully you feel nice and welcomed, Stully. I'm glad you're here, and I hope you are happy to be here. And I hope y'all ready to go over the stuff that we're gonna learn today. We about to do some real top notch development type stuff today. You know what I'm saying? No, it's not gonna be that crazy. Today is all about creating new accounts. It's actually gonna be what the top notch. Come on, shush. What are you doing? Development type stuff today. About creating new accounts. There we go. Sorry, a little echo there. We creating ourselves some new accounts today, so it's gonna be real admin like. What we're gonna be doing is gonna feel really very much, but you're gonna get something out of it, especially based on tomorrow night's stream where we actually put what we do tonight to use, right? Which we will do some development tonight. I won't say we won't do any development. We're gonna create ourselves a new content type tonight, right? Man, I've been munching on let me show y'all these sushi rolls, okay? I don't know if it's gonna do it justice. I do got a really good camera, so maybe it will do it justice. But like, yo, these sushi rolls are OD, bro. They are tuna, white cod, and there was one more thing in there. maybe shrimp, maybe like shrimp or something. But it was just like a whole bunch of nonsense seafood. Oh my god, I love seafood. So it was like together it makes me happy inside. These things together. So real quick, let's go over the rules. Hopefully y'all already know these rules. This is like common courtesy for anybody using the internet these days, but you know we got trolls that still exist in the world. So number one rule of all time is no doxing. Absolutely no doxing. If you might be in here with somebody you know personally, even if you know me personally, we do not tell any personal information about each other. That is extremely rude and I believe illegal. So please do not dox. No swearing in the chat if it's before 9:30. I do have family members that are younger that tune into the stream, so be respectful. Please don't swear up a storm in the chat. I mean, if what you got to say only makes sense with a curse word, I get it. But if you could just tone it down until like 9:30, fantastic. I love you forever. All right. Next rule: be nice to everybody in the chat. Hopefully, y'all can be nice. Absolutely no work discussions. Now, what I mean by that is not saying like you can't tell us what you do for a living, but we try and keep the place of business out of the equation, right? So don't tell me if you use some employee for some of the tools that we using and you start bad mouthing them. I don't want to hear about that. But if you bad mouth the tools that we using because you just don't like them, then go ahead, feel free. All right, and then rule number 5, similar to Fight Club, is just make sure you're following all these rules. Okay. That being said, I think we can get started. Let's dive into what we actually gonna be working on today. So let me get this set up. I'm still getting used to this streaming stuff, y'all. So y'all gonna have to bear with me as I get something situated. All right, so we are gonna be making sanity accounts today. So I'm gonna make one with y'all just so y'all can kind of see how that looks, like how that works. We're gonna make our very own sanity accounts. But before we make our sanity accounts, I want to kind of show you guys from the IDE side of the fence how to set that up, like how to find the most success with the IDE. So first things first. Actually, let me update this text real quick. Let me say instead of no active challenges, I'm gonna just say something like creating sanity accounts. I think that actually looks pretty nice. So where is it? Creating sanity accounts. All right, that's what we're doing today. So anybody that tuned in, they instantly know what we got going on. All right, so let's focus on the IDE side of things first. First and foremost, my IDE of choice is VS Code. So I am a I don't know why I just hit enter on that. Yeah, I was gonna say that doesn't look right. There we go. Visual Studio Code, right? The Microsoft product. Whatever version of Windows you have, if you go to the page, it'll let you know which one to get. So that's always a good time. If you're doing this on like a work computer, there's going to be a lot of restrictions on what you can and can't use, right? What kind of plugins you can and can't use, or what kind of things are going to be firewalled, etc. When you're on these streams, I highly encourage y'all to get off of your work computer and do it on a local personal machine that has a little bit of power behind it, especially if your goal is to become a dope developer, okay? If your goal is to become dope in these new modern frameworks and modern tools, then definitely do it on your own personal machine so you can really explore the world of development as we know it today, right? So first things first, get a really good IDE. Here's how I like to set my IDE up. I'm going to show you guys kind of my the way I go about configuring things, what kind of plugins I use. Let's go into oh, I don't have it up. That's why. All right, there we go. So here is my VS Code. I'm using dark mode right now only because that's what I use when I'm streaming at night. But if I'm not streaming, you'll notice like if I'm making a video, I always got that light background. So if you come down here to settings and go into your themes, you can actually go into the color theme menu, and then you can choose whatever you want. I have some additional themes on mine, but I think my all-time favorite has to be the theme lighter. Oh no, not this one. Jeez, that's way too aggressive. It's actually the nope, that's not it either. Gee, it's one of these light themes, and you guys have seen it if you've seen any of my Here it is, this one, Light Modern. Okay, that was terrifying. It was a lot of bad things happening there. But yeah, Light Modern is my favorite for recording. When I'm like actually just developing locally as well, I use Light Modern. If I'm streaming, then I like to use the dark because it's a little easier to see for me when it's like I'm obviously I got lights on my head, I got different things, making sure the sound isn't reverberating too crazy. So in this environment, this light background doesn't really do it for me. I like to do the dark background for this, and that's where I use the where is it? Dark Modern, which is this guy. That's what you guys probably normally see when I'm streaming. So there's that. The next thing to talk about are the extensions that you're gonna want to grab. So I have a bunch of things installed on this computer that I'm using. This is a home built PC, by the way. I did my own thing, so it's like a custom build. But for the most part, it's just like any other PC. I am a huge fan of Mac though, and I would actually say that my device of choice is a MacBook. But I spent so much time and energy on this custom build, and it's so powerful that I'm like, all right, I got to use that. So I got to get something out of it. Anyway, so that being said, let's talk about the local things that you'd want to enable. So right off the bat, we have some stuff here for Docker. We don't really need to think about that. I think the material stuff is good to have. To be honest, that's just for theming. That also isn't super critical in my opinion. If you're on a Windows, WSL is a must-have. It's the subsystem for Linux. It basically allows you to work as though you have a MacBook, even though you're on a Windows machine. So in my opinion, it's like a huge plus, right? But now let's get into the real stuff, right? Let's pretend you're a React developer, you're a modern JS framework developer, and you are trying to make sure that whatever you're doing is modern and fast, and you have all the linting behind you. Here's the stack of things that I would recommend. Okay, starting with my all-time favorite tool. You've probably seen me use it in a bunch of different videos recently, which is the Code Runner tool. What Code Runner allows you to do is write JavaScript code in your IDE and actually use that code like in your terminal from the IDE. So like for example, if I had a file here, like if we come over here, let's just open this new file, demo.js, right? And then I said console.log, hello world here. Coder allows me to be able to run this console log from here, right? I can save it. Anything new that I add here, I can actually just run it from here. So imagine you're writing some really complicated algorithm, not necessarily the entire app that you're building, but just like a little chunk of code. Like maybe this is just one function that does something really complicated, and being able to break that out in this little siloed environment and run it, it makes development a lot easier for you. So I would highly recommend this module. Let's go ahead and get rid of that. We don't need that. The other extension I want to call out is Docker. Now, I'm not using Docker in our current project with Sanity and all that, but I am using Docker when it comes to some of the other things that I do. Like I have some Docker stuff running Varnish, or Docker stuff running Drupal, or some of the other CMSs that I actually played around with to compare to Sanity. I actually use Docker for those. Docker's really good at keeping environments like dedicated environments separated from your personal machine or from a server. So if you just want to play around with something, or you want to make a sandbox, or if you have your own like environment and you don't want to integrate that into your local computer, Docker's the way to go. And there's so many Docker images that exist today that like creating these Docker images it's become like super simple. Like if you have an idea of a stack in your head, like, oh, I want it to be a Linux-based machine that has PHP, MySQL, like all the regular LAMP stack stuff, and I want it to also have Composer and other package managers, Yarn, all that. You can actually just ask Docker that, and I'm pretty sure you'll be able to find every single one of, like an image that has every single one of those on it. Like someone has built that exact image that has all of those services running on it. And then you can imagine you can do whatever you want with it from there, right? You can install Git, pull and push code up. Everyone that you work with will have a similar environment. Everyone's running the same software. So yeah, Docker's really good. Docker Explorer allows you to peruse through your Docker instance in VS Code. So that's really good. ESLint is changed my life when it comes to JavaScript development. I think it's super important. Helps you identify bugs really quickly while you're developing. While you're developing. Some of you guys may have noticed that demo.js file I had up here, like that file had a little red underscore under it. I mean, I'm pretty sure you guys have worked at Microsoft Word before and seen like those red. Uh-oh, we got a new chatter. Vinny! Hold on, Vinny. I got to show you some love, Vinny. Let's show Vinny some love. Show them how we say welcome to the chat in the junkyard. Okay, hold on. I got you, Vinny. Hold on, I got you, Vinny. I gotta get fast at this, bro. I'm so slow with it. All right, let's do this. I'm gonna get faster at it, Vinny. I swear. Vinny MVC. We got a bunch of questions about that name too. I love that name, but I need to know all the deets. All right, this is how we say what's up. First we hit them with the. Hold on, let me make sure this ain't too loud. I don't want to scare y'all to death. But first we hit him with the DJ horn like, let's go, Vinny. Let's go. And then we hit him with the cheers. Welcome to the squad. Welcome to the cold room. And then last but not least, we play our little. Yo, this is how we say what's up. What's up, Vinny? Thanks for the follow. Let's go. Yo, I'll never get tired of this, man. I am never gonna get tired of how we say hi to the new chatters, y'all. I'm telling you. I just will never get tired of it. Okay, so Vinny, we got a rule here that when it's your first time in the chat, you gotta answer 3 questions. The first question is, what's your favorite programming language? So we'll give you some time to think about that. All right, and then obviously, y'all, after ESLint, what will you do if 200 people came on at once? Oh yeah, we're gonna not say what's up to a lot of people. I'm glad we're in these beginning phases and we don't need to worry about that, because I highly doubt I can keep up with like 3 people at once. Probably is gonna be a challenge. But you know what I'll do? That same welcome banner that I had up there. No, I don't know. Because it's only when somebody chats, right? So, like, I code TS the most, but I like Rust a lot, but I really like C, even though it's outdated. Ooh, let's go. You get the light claps for that. We got a C program in the building. You get light chats for that. I appreciate that. Okay. Can't knock the, one of the best languages ever invented, okay? But yeah, if I did have 3 people in, I think I'll have to set up something where it's like, when you chat, it tells me somehow so that I can keep up with it. I don't know. The other stuff that I would advise you all grab is live share. Live share allows you to develop with friends. And since you're on here with me, you're obviously going to be connected to me and coding at some point. I got to figure out how to make this like airtight though. I got to make sure it's super secure. But so far I've done it with a few viewers. It's been a lot of fun. Prettier is like the lazy developer's way of coding clean, consistent code. I don't like langs that haven't inspired on it. I love C syntax though. I don't like. What do you mean by that? I don't like langs that haven't inspired on it. Oh, you don't like any language that wasn't inspired by C? That's like every language that exists, right? All right, now that you answered that question, Vinny, next question is, what is your least favorite programming language? Which, like, if you can name a programming language that you absolutely hate, what is? Yeah, I get you on the syntax. What is a programming language that you just like every time you see it? Like here's the question: if you could get a job offer, but you find out that they program it in a certain language, and you like hard pass. You like hard pass. I don't even want the money. Keep the money. You can. I don't hate Python, but it uses weird syntax. I'm actually a fan of Python. Back when I was like a pseudo hacker, I never did any real hacking, but I did like understand the world of hacking. Python was my jam. That was like my go-to language. If the job is in Fortran,
Oh my God!
Let's go. Yeah, let's hope I never get offered anything like that either. I don't think spoken like a true programmer. Vinny says, I don't think I hate anything really. I love that. I love that all day. I'm a fan of Python syntax. I was about to say the same about Fortran. Wait, Stully, did we? Yeah, I think we gave Stully a good intro. We gave Stully an intro already. We already gave Stully an intro. All right, and then these other ones down here, I'm not gonna say you have to get them, but they do help things. I haven't gotten much out of the Sanity.io plugin, to be honest. It might be dope. I haven't used it. Tab 9, I've used. It's another lazy man's cheat code. Basically, it auto completes for you based on the surrounding code in your file. You'll see a lot of it as I work through these classes. But oftentimes, if you're working on like a common algorithm, like let's say you're trying to do an array shuffle, Tab 9 using AI logic will generate the optimal solution for you. So if you're just trying to hurry up and breeze through like developing a class like we did with those challenges we did last week, like it was so helpful to say, I don't care about going to Google right now and finding like the most optimal JS. Like I know it's going to be something I can find on Google. I'm not going to write it from scratch. So that being said, like let me just pull whatever tab 9 gives me. It's really convenient, super convenient. I'm interested in assembly, but believe I'd also refuse a job on it. Assembly, yo, y'all kicking it old school. I wouldn't be able to keep up with assembly either. Not that I wouldn't be able to keep up with it. That's a lie, because I actually did some assembly in college, but I hated every second of it. I actually did a lot of like old school. I'm not gonna even call them development things. They were just like nerdy things. Like we used switchboards, we did some Cobalt stuff, we did Fortran, like y'all saying, just to get our heads wrapped around how it's all just zeros and ones, basically. You know, that's how everything's trues and falses, booleans, zeros, ones. But yeah, at the end of the day, like there are certain languages that really move me. A good example is when I first learned about PHP, I got super moved. Recently, I just got really heavy into React. Like I'm like loving every second of it. Like so, yeah, certain language gets my blood pumping. I had every minute of assembly in college too. Vinny hasn't gone to college. Oh, are we giving you nightmares of what's to come? It gets tough. All right, let's go set up these Sanity.io accounts. For anyone that knows what I'm talking about, that's great. But for those who have no idea what Sanity.io is, it is a very modern, very sleek, and cool content management system. And what we're really here to do today is set up a Sanity.io account so we can start taking advantage of some of these content management systems. Bro, I love PHP because it was like C syntax, but you didn't have to manually compile it. Yeah, the manual compiling is what made me move away from Java. Like that, I used to love Java, but I think the way I first learned Java was not like, I didn't mind the fact that you had to use like something like Eclipse, right? Because I didn't know any better. I didn't know that things existed that didn't require that you go through all of this compiling stage stuff. But then I learned about like the front end stack, right? HTML, JS, CSS. Like one thing, I'm like ADHD obviously. So it's really hard for me to wait for things like games that take too long to load. I just go to another game. When it came to coding, at first I thought you had to wait for everything to compile, but then when I found the languages that don't worry about compiling, I'm like, oh yeah, I'll just master those because I don't feel like worrying about the other stuff. I never tried PHP. You gotta try Rust, LOL. The compile times. Oh nah, heck no. You've never tried PHP? Yo, I'm giving you a homework assignment tonight. First thing you need to do after the stream is you need to go holler at PHP. PHP is absolutely one of the most fun languages. Okay, don't get me wrong, it's frustrating too, but so is JavaScript, right? Some of these languages that have like very few guardrails, they've evolved to a point where they have pseudo guardrails. Like PHP has Symfony now, right? And JavaScript has TypeScript now. These pseudo guardrails have been put up around these languages that are like completely free, give developers complete freedom to do whatever they want. So it makes the languages a lot more fun to play around with. Because you can still be crazy, right? You can still do crazy things. But if you need to do something in a contained way, there's that available option too. So like I would definitely encourage you guys to play around with PHP. If you haven't already. Do I need to install anything with PHP? Yeah, Docker makes it the easiest. That's what we were talking about before in the IDE. Here, let me go back to my IDE. I see I left y'all in here. But yeah, Docker makes it really easy. I have a couple of Docker images on here. There's a Docker image that's 100% for Drupal. Like you run the Docker image and then boom, you have Drupal running on your local machine. It's just that simple. So yeah, that's a good place to start for PHP. In my opinion, starting with a content management system when learning these languages, I would say Laravel or Drupal is like both of those are great ways to learn PHP. I know that sounds crazy, but trust me, those are really good ways to learn PHP. All right, let's head back to the browser. Let's get these accounts created. I need to create myself a test account as I promised. My PC's not good enough for it. Nah, yes it is, dude. Trust me. Yes it is, my friend. There's no way your computer's not good enough for it. Oh wait, I have new emojis now, guys. Look at this. See, the ADHD is just crazy on me, but how do I use these emojis? I added new emojis, but I'm really bad at show mod icons. I don't even know that. I gotta remember how to use these things, but I know it's like, is it like? It's. Yeah, there we go. It's ridiculous that you both know how to use my Yo! That's kind of sad, yo. I'm like searching around like an old man, like how do you use this thing? Where's the dang clacker? I couldn't even find it. Oh, jeez. That made me laugh out loud. Okay, all right. Y'all got it. Y'all got it. All right. I'm glad y'all found it. I spent a lot of time one night working on those and realized that I didn't even know. Oh, we got another chatter. That's my favorite. CJ IRL in the building. What's good? Hold on. We got to show you some love the right way. Y'all know what it is. Yo, let's go. Let's go. All right, hold on. Let's get you the, wait, I ain't show you enough love right there. Hold on. I'm gonna get this down to a science, y'all. I'm gonna get it so fast. Watch. I'm gonna be doing it in like seconds, okay? All right. I gotta figure it out. I gotta figure out how to do it faster. But it's lit when I get it, okay? Write a script for the welcome. You can write a script for Twitch? No way. No way. Full stop. Hold on. And I haven't even considered that. That's what's crazy about what you just said. Like, I haven't even considered the idea to script out some of the stuff like macros. Because this is all happening in OBS, right? So, like, you would have to somehow connect those dots. Which I don't even know where to start with that. Like, I wouldn't even know where to start. You know what I hate about this new YouTube display mode is it no longer shows me the chatters in the sorry YouTube. YouTube getting less love tonight. Time to write assembly then. It can connect to, oh my god. Just an idea. It's my first time on Twitch. It's all good, Stelly. Vinny VC, you are trolling me right now. I want to believe you so bad, but I don't know if you're trolling me or not. Are you saying right now that there's a way in assembly I don't know. I sometimes believe that there are languages that are that powerful that you can literally connect to anything that's running. It can connect to anything. It probably has. I'll have to look that up. I'll have to look up assembly in general, man. I haven't played with assembly since college, and it was literally just for like a project. So it wasn't like I took like time to really understand it and learn it. All right, let's set up our accounts real quick. Sanity.io, this is the system, the content management system that we'll be doing for the next 6 weeks on this stream. We will be burying ourselves in the Sanity.io content management system. We'll be learning a lot of other things along the way, but this is going to be the system that we use for the most part. So I'm I'm going to go ahead and log out. I've already created a test account for a video that I was working on, but I'm going to create a new one just for you guys. I'm actually going to do it in an incognito window. So we'll go over to the Sanity.io account. I didn't even have to log out, but that's fine. We'll log in here. The first thing it's going to ask you to do is sign up using one of your favorite approaches. For me, I have 3 approaches that I use, okay? I used my email when I was just trying to see if Sanity was cool. And I have a junk email account. It's like literally my junk account. That's what it is. It's a fake email account that it helps me understand if something's cool or not. And then the next one I try is sign in with email. This is usually when I know I'm going to use something, but I'm not ready to make it into a project. And then finally, my bread and butter is signing in with GitHub, because GitHub has tools that just tie everything together really nicely. So what I'm going to do today is I will just do, I'm going to do sign up with email. You guys can't see my screen right now. I just thought about that. Here, let me do it here. But what I want to do, I want to log back in and delete that other account. Or do I? No, I don't want to delete that other account. I'll just make a new one. So here, let's do sign up with email, and let's see. What other emails do I have? I think I probably have another one here. Yeah, I think I have. Hang on, I think I do have one. Sorry, I have to go find this email account because I would delete the one I have right now, but I'm working on a video for that one, so I can't delete it. I'm in the middle of like a project that I'm recording, so it'd be stupid to kill it. Oh, I got one. No, I don't want to use that one on stream either. That's gonna be self-doxing. All right, time to just go make a quick email real quick. That's fine. I'll just make a quick email account. You guys are going to have to wait for me for a second. Get out of studio mode. I think I actually got another one that I could use. Yeah, I think I can use this one. Yeah, facts. There we go. Booyah. Where are you guys from? I am from the Midwest. Hello. Email ID plus sanity at Gmail. Wait, what? No way, Studley. No way. I think I get what you're saying now. If I do copy link address here, where's the Midwest? Oh, in America. I'm gonna say not now for that, but yeah, I'm gonna try this. Studley just gave me a new way to log in to the. Hang on, let me get out of this email system. I'm gonna try and log in the way. So wait, I think this would just be, instead of, this is sign in, right? This is not going to be sign up, this is going to be sign in. So it sounds like they're saying, so it'd be Empower Fitness, right? Huh? But then what is the password? Is it whatever your, wait, are you asking where America, you're not asking where America is, right? Here, let me show you. Hang on, I got you. Hang on, I got you. Sometimes I know sometimes these things can be a little tricky. So check this out, right? So like, this is a map, right? This is like a map of the world, right? So like this right here, this is Canada, for example. Okay, Canada. Like right here, if you go down a little bit, right here. Sorry.
Oh my God.
They call this USA, okay? They call this America. No, I'm in the Midwest though. And for the sake of argument, let's just say I'm in the northern part of the Midwest. So that should be. I think that's enough information without actually telling you what state I live in. Where are you from, Vinny? still don't know where's Midwest. Oh, snap. So maybe I do need to go back to this real map. So like Midwest is the states that's right here. That's in between this little area right here. So it's kind of like West, but it's like Midwest. It's like the middle of the West. So like all of these guys are Midwest. And I think these are Central maybe? Yeah. Create an account using that, create your own password, and you're off to the races. What? Stully, you have to be kidding me. That's so mind-blowing right now. I really didn't know you could do that. So let me go back to this thing and get my, I got another Gmail account that I can use. Let me hop back in there. All right, let me just stay there for a second. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Oh yeah, I had it right the first time. Okay, so if I'm understanding him correctly, what he's saying is go over to your and then just create any password you want. Oh, he's saying you do got to sign up though. You got to create the account this way. So sign up. Do I still got to go through this part too? No, that don't make sense. Hold on, let me see if what he's talking about, because this is what I thought you meant, bro. I thought you meant or not, bro. Sorry for assuming that, but I thought you meant like put your. So here's one of my dummy email addresses. All right, at gmail.com, and then let's just give myself a fake password, right? Yeah, that email just doesn't look right, so I have no idea what that's referring to. Yeah, I have to figure that out. That's actually insane if they allow you to do this. Like if they will go through. Oh wait, I had the email address wrong. Hang on. That's nuts if they'll let you do this. If they allow you to do this. So it's the plus symbol that they. Oh wait, what am I doing? This no HTTPS in it. There we go. No, password combination ain't correct. So there, I guess you have to create it with this, right? Yeah, yeah. Okay, Stully confirmed that, right? So it's not like you can just, yeah, but you can just set up, not a brand new Sanity account though, right? You would set up a Gmail account. Just to be clear, I think what Stully's saying is set up a Gmail account with this address. So it's Sanity specific. Oh, he's saying, no, he's saying, okay, I gotta try this now. Let's say, all right, let's say Stully is right. Okay, that's gonna be our account name. All right, we got Stully is right. And Stully gave us the breakdown in the chat, yo. He gave us the breakdown in the chat. Anybody that's interested, Gmail plus addressing, the hidden feature that can help get more out of your inbox. So you throw your real, hang on. In Gmail, you can add a plus symbol and any word you want to the end of your email address, and it'll still reach your inbox. For example, if your email address is whatever, you can use whatever plus shopping or work or whatever. All these email addresses will reach your inbox, but Gmail will treat them as a separate email addresses. What? So that means that if you want to sign up for like 8 different accounts under the same email address, you can do that. I guess we're about to find out, though. We're about to find out, y'all. Because the one that I know... So I got this one, right? This one is definitely one of my accounts. Like, let me see what happens when I just try and set this up. Well... Yo, this is lit. It should bark at me, right? It should be like, no, we already got that account. Oh, I guess I don't have an account with that address at Sanity. What? I could have sworn I did. I could have sworn I had that account set up already. But I guess the next test is we should be able to create a brand new account even. Right? We should be able to create a brand new account. Let's sign out. And then let's do it. Oh, that was because I chose the email function for that one. So let's try this again. We're going to say create an account. Sign up with email. All right. Studley again. Is right again. Okay. Is right again. Okay. That's our name. Studley is right again. All right. And then this time it should just be like plus Sanity, right? or plus whatever we wanted. We could add any keyword there. This is gonna be SIO. All right. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done, yo. I am done, yo. I'm done, bro. I am done, bro. We ain't never just beat the system like that, man. Oh my god, y'all know how much time this is about to save me? Yo, and it's a completely unique account. Let me make sure it's right again. That's crazy. Alright, let's go ahead and kill this account. But no, that's really interesting. That is really interesting. And then it'll forward all of that email to your inbox, your real inbox. Oh my god, imagine the power of that. You never have to you I do love sound effects. You never have to give your real email address again with that system. Like, you can really just do whatever you want. All right, let's sign in with the other one. We got to get rid of that. Log in. All right. What? They like not letting me log in right now, which is crazy. Wow, they really are kicking me on this for some reason. All right, let me go on another browser and I just want to delete that account. Studley. All right. Oh, that's mind blowing. No, I really like that. Really helpful for signing up with accounts that require unique email addresses. Yeah, absolutely. Really lit. Thanks for sharing that. I really like learning stuff like that. That's really cool. And that's one of those things that you learn on the fly, but it's gonna stick with you forever. Like that, you won't forget something that clever. Not anytime soon, at least. Like the next time y'all go to sign up for something, I guarantee this gonna pop in y'all head. Like, oh yeah, I could actually do this. Anyway, let's actually go through this process the real way. So now that I know we can do this other way, let me clear my browser stuff because this is getting in the way now. I think that's just going to be cache, right? And then probably cookie data. Alright, that should do it. Are they gonna let us do it? There we go. Alright, finally. Okay, cool. So we are actually trying to sign up. Alright, so we are gonna sign up for a new account. We're gonna put our name in here. We're gonna be John Franklin. That's another account we already created. This is a dummy email. I wonder if it works with Yahoo. So somebody in the chat just said, I think that was Studley just said it only works with Gmail, but let's see if Yahoo's gotten hip to it. Maybe Yahoo's gotten hip to it. Alright, so there we go. Alright, that first part of it is pass, right? First part pass, but I think the question really is, if you log into your Yahoo email account, do you actually get the Welcome to Sanity confirmation email? Nope, jeez, nope. So it let me create the account, but now some unfortunate person with that exact same email address is getting my email. So it didn't actually come to my address like it did on Gmail. Alright, so I just won't log out. And I don't think they make you validate these email addresses. Like, I don't think it stops you from doing anything until you get to the purchase tier, which we're not going to be doing. So, the first thing we want to do is create a project. I'm a PNPM user, so I'm not going to use this command here. But that's how simple it is to create an account though, guys. I didn't do anything. What's really cool is if you create the account like truly from scratch. So if we go into like let's say we completely clear our browser cache and we hadn't created a million accounts like I have, you should get like taken through like a wizard where it's like it asks you a few questions like, hey, are you doing this for business or personal? Are you creating a blog? Do you want to create a movie site? Like blah blah blah. They ask you all these questions, even down to like what software you like to use. Um, and then from that, they spin you up your first project instead of making you having to create it. But another way to create the first project, really, I never got a welcome email in Gmail though. Oh, so maybe there is no welcome email in Gmail then. So maybe there's no welcome email. So maybe this Yahoo thing did work. Yeah, I gotta play around with that. I'll stay logged in as our John Franklin guy. We'll see what happens. But I want to go through this introduction. I think it's this guy. There's a really helpful. Here it is. This is like one of my favorite documents. I'll put this in the chat. This is one of my favorite documents when it comes to Sanity installation. It's nice and short and sweet, but it has all three of the different flavors of installing the Sanity Studio. And it obviously has links to other things. But what's super helpful for me is this PNPM command here, because I've recently fallen in love with PNPM. Okay, I will stand by it forever now. It's one of my, it's Bay. So, you know, I like to use PNPM to create my studio. So that's what we'll do as well. We're going to create our studio with PNPM. So we're going to head back to the IDE. And if you guys are following along, hopefully you've grabbed all of those different extensions that I mentioned. They're really going to make life easier. But on the bright side, nothing that I'm about to do now in my IDE requires that you have any of these extensions. Like right now, all I'm going to do is I'm going to make a new directory for our project. I'll call it something like, actually, let's do, I'll call it something like Sanity Starter, right? So I'll do make dir here, Sanity Starter. Actually, I won't do make dir. I'm going to make my project name Sanity Starter. So all I'm going to do here, no, never mind. I am going to make dir. I'm going to make dir Sanity Starter here because I want to get this out of my root, my site root. So I'll just cd here, code Sanity Starter. So now I'm going to open that in a new window. I'll go ahead and shut this down. And then in this new window here, that's where our starter is. Hello, sorry for bothering you. I want to offer a promotion. Nope. Hard pass. How do I delete? Hey, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but I have solicited. What? I just gave this guy, there it is, ban. Alright, I gotta get better at that, auditing these, users. Okay, so. Alright, so now that we're in here, we can open up the terminal. This is our Sanity Starter. Hopefully you guys can see that. Let me know if you need me to make it a little bigger. Let me actually make it a little bigger anyway. Alright, so now that we're in this directory, we don't have any files right now, but we should be able to just run that PNPM create command and instantly get ourselves a Sanity Studio. If you haven't already installed PNPM in your environment, please do. It's like one of the best things since sliced bread. So I'm actually going to close this out because I'm still in my other project. So I'm going to actually do Sanity log out. It'll put me in my other project. Take me out of my other project. And then I'll do Sanity log in, and it'll ask me to authenticate. I'm going to say with email. Right? So then I can just click this link. It'll take me back to the browser, which is here. So if we go back over to browser, you guys can see that all it does is a little authentication command that checks to see if you're already logged into Sanity. If you are, which we were, if you are, it just says great. If you're not logged in, it'll just take you through the same authentication it took us through originally, right? You can either use Gmail, GitHub, whatever. Once you authenticate, though, you can head back to the IDE, and then you can continue with the process, right? So I'll do PNPM, create Sanity at latest, I think it was. Actually, I don't even know why I'm guessing. There it is. All right. So now we don't have any projects, right? So it was going to try and find our projects. We don't have any. Ours is just going to be called Sanity Blog. Okay. And I don't know if this should be... Yeah, I'll just do this for now. I don't know like what the structure of that should have been, but I think we're fine with that. Default configuration's okay. We don't plan on deploying this to prod. As a matter of fact, I'm going to delete this right after I finish creating this because there's no point for me to keep this around. You guys are going to be able to see my project ID and everything. So, all right, and then you can choose the template that you want to start with. So when I was first getting started with Sanity, all of these came in handy, right? When I was trying to just understand the basics, I used the blog schema. When I started to know the basics, but I wanted to start building things in code, I moved over to the movie project schema. And then when I wanted to start understanding how Sanity integrates with other tools like Shopify or external anything, right? I moved over to the e-commerce side. I would advise you guys play around with all of these if you're serious about being a developer that's working in modern content management systems. Definitely play around with all of these at least once so you can get a feel for their folder structure. And not just the folder structure, but like where does the professionals in Sanity feel like you should put everything, feel like you should write everything? Like how do they feel like you should write everything? How should you organize the schema versus the actual application code, etc. So they give you some really good ideas there. So now I'm just choosing the defaults. So far we have most of the things we need, but we just need to install the dependencies now. We're going to run through those while I munch on some sushi. I forgot this was even right here until I glanced down. Oh, look at that. I'm going to look back at the video just so I can see how clear this is, but oh man, it's so tasty. Sorry for munching in everyone's ear. All right, that's probably going to take the longest, what I just did, downloading all of those assets. Because it's like actually files and image files and stuff, right? And it's not downloading them to your machine. It's actually sending those files to a Sanity server somewhere, right? That Sanity system that houses all of this information. We don't need to house any of it. And then it sets up all the references. Basically, it creates your data lake. And then here are some really helpful commands that come afterwards. If you want to delete the imported data, you can use this deletion command. If you want to create a clean data set, you can do so here. I mean, we just use the production data set for now, so I think we're fine. I do encourage you guys to use some of these commands as well. Sanity docs, manage, and help to get further along in your Sanity journey. We have a developer. We have an excellent developer community. This is from Sanity. I have tried to join their development community, but I personally didn't find it that helpful when I ran into an issue. I wound up having to fix the issue myself. That said, though, they have a really active community. I think that I just had a hyper-specific, like, unique problem that I was facing. But their community actually rocks. So it's actually a cool community. All right, so we're going to say no here, though. No offense, Sanity. I'm not going to join your community. I am on their Slack channel, so that has to count for something. All right, so now that we have that available, we can run pnpm dev, as we see right here, right, to run the studio. So I'll just run that. All right. We can go ahead and open that up in the browser. Over there. So the first thing they're going to make you do is you have to say that you're okay with this address getting hit. You're going to have to say that in your Sanity backend, that you'll add this URL as a CORS origin for your project. So this is honestly, I don't understand why this rule is necessary. There's something about running this from your local environment that forces this to be necessary. I think on my personal project, I didn't have to do this. When I actually deployed my project to Vercel, I don't think I had to do this, but I could be wrong about that. Maybe I just forgot about it, or maybe their system did it for us. So all right, and then there we go. Right, we have a fully functional Sanity interface here. We have content already pre-hydrated for us. And let's spend a little time going through the content before we make our new content type. I think that's the next thing we should do, right? So this piece over here on the left, these things, movie, person, and screening, these are called documents in Sanity. So if you've worked in any other content management system in the past, traditionally these are called content types, right? In WordPress, I think they're called content types as well. I've worked in a CMS called Zope where these were called pages. I've worked in a CMS called NewsCycle where these were called resources. And now in Drupal land, I think Drupal calls them content types. And yeah, Sanity here calls them documents. Now a document has a bunch of documents, right? It's a document type can have a bunch of documents, the instances. So this is a movie instance, right? This is a single movie document. And a document type also has fields, right? So each of these fields kind of make up that document type, and then you can create a bunch of instances. And that's really always the flow of any content management system. You have a bunch of types that have fields that are fieldable, right? And then those, when you complete all those fields, they make up a single instance of that type. So in this case, Wall-E is a single movie instance, right? We have a title field, slug field. These fields are really interesting though. I love how these fields work. So this slug field, right off the bat, one of the best ones. Check out what happens in my title if I start to do other things, right? So I'll say, all I have to do is hit this generate button, and you can see that it takes my title and generates whatever I type in this title field. If I wanted to, I can go back to the code and make it so that this slug field pulled its information from some other source. Like what if for whatever reason, right, we wanted the slug field to be sourced from this release date field. I've never tried that, but let's see what happens if we do that. So if we go back over to the code, and just to touch a little bit on how this is organized, right? So the way they organize things is inside of this schema types directory, you get most of what you need to start editing the fields and stuff. And for us, we want to edit the movie type. So if we go into this index.ts, you can see that this movie type was imported as one of the schemas that is in our CMS, and we'll be adding our own here in a second. But just to kind of touch on that that slug field example, you can see here it's sourced from the title field, right? The source here is from the title field. If we head over to this exact same content type and set the release date as the source, right? So I'll go ahead and save that, and I do have hot reloading on, so every time I save anything, it's going to refresh my my instance. So this just refreshed by itself. Now if I hit generate, we can see that it's pulling from a different field, so I get different values now. I get like a totally different value now. It's pulling from this guy. So if I actually change this from, I don't know, let's change this to the 16th or something. So that's 622 right now. If I hit generate, now it's 617. Oh, okay. All right. This is like rounding up or something. I don't know. I don't know where it's getting this number from, but I don't think it's built to be pulling from here. It's usually built to pull from like a name field. So let's go ahead and change that back actually. We'll just undo that. All right, let's keep going through these fields though. I think it's important to kind of learn how these fields work. I'm going to click these headers so I can collapse these sections and center my form. So that's how the form generation works. I'll put it back to what it was. I'll actually change this back to what it was as well. But now the slug is just Wall-E. This field here is one of my favorite field types that I've been introduced to. It might actually be my #1 field type in Sanity right now. It's called a portable text field. So the way it works, before we get too deep into the way that works, let me first show you guys how I learned so much about fields. The documentation in Sanity is top notch. Like, it's some of the best docs that I've ever seen on any platform. And I hate to say it like I'm some affiliate with these guys. I really don't care if you guys use them or not. But I do have to stress how awesome their docs are and how awesome as a tool these guys are. They're really, really cool tool. But I learned about all these through this real thorough documentation. So one of the things that kind of caught my eye is this concept of portable text. So imagine your traditional WYSIWYG field or your traditional text editor, right? Where you have this little bar at the top and you can do bold, you can add hyperlinks and all that. Like that's one thing. But imagine a system that takes it a step further and allows you to kind of tell narrative stories through a WYSIWYG. So like for example, I don't need to stop here. Let's go to like GameStop, right? GameSpot, I mean. Check this out. Let me show you guys what I mean. So we'll go to this Fallout story, right? The way narration works in today's world of content management is like first you start off with a block of text and then you inject some kind of media randomly. It could be whatever. It could be a whole gallery of video. And then you got some more text and then you got another media piece, right? And then another media piece, more text, more media. And this is a really tame article right here. This is a really tame story. Sometimes you see like in the middle of these, there's like videos and carousels and things like that, like all kind of interesting media injected in the center of these. So that's what people have come to expect, or that's what publishers at least have come to expect when it comes to a like publishing editing experience. And that's what this gives you out of this box, this portable text. There is a bit of a learning curve to understanding how to parse it, and on the content management system side, understanding how to like integrate your own features into it. But once you figure it out, it's not really that hard at all. Once you figure it out, it becomes really powerful. So in this case, right, we have this Wally story, but let's say underneath this, now let's not even say underneath it, right? Let's say between these two paragraphs, we want to add a Wally image. Well, we can do that really easily, right? I just click this image button. I go upload here. And trying to make me upload a different image, but there we go, that's fine. Pick something that was stream friendly. But there we go. We'll pick one of my banners, right? So now in item, right, inside of this text editing experience, my formatted image shows up. Now imagine this being a narrative device. I can actually tell a full story now, right? As long as you as the content management developer gives me as the publisher all of the things I need to tell my story, right? So you can imagine, give me a YouTube embed, right? I may want a photo gallery option as well, right? And we will be doing that on this stream over the next 6 weeks. We will be making a YouTube embed. We're going to be doing all kind of craziness with this portable text editor. So definitely pay attention to that once we get into it. But yeah, that's the other field type. I think it's really cool. And the way you make that field type is a little tricky. It's actually an array that has a type of block and then whatever else you want to pass to it, right? So in this case, they pass the type of image to it, but it could be entity references. It could be all types of things in here. It's whatever you guys want. So going back to our IDE, the next thing here is a date field. This is another field that they give you out of the box. You choose a date, and I think the format's up to us as well. Let's take a look at that. I think the format's up to us. So release date, date time, it's not telling us. Let's go look at the docs and see what we can do with date. I'm pretty sure the format's up to us though. Excuse me. Date time, was that date time? Yes. Okay, so yep, date format, here you go. And then moment, so they use moment, right? This is a, moment.js is a very popular and common place where folks use for date formats. Right? It's like the date property in native JavaScript or the date property in PHP, right? Really easy to format these. And I think all you have to do is add options and then date format, and then you're good to go. So you can see here, options, date format, whatever date format you want. And this is, I think this is the date format that you see on the front end, but I don't think this necessarily becomes what's saved in the database. I think you still get the full date time stream. Yeah, formats the display date. So that's something that we should probably test out, right? We should probably see what happens. Like if I say in the IDE that I just want to do options, right? And then here I want to do date format of year, month, date. Oh, and what you just saw there was tab 9, right? So all I typed was date there. So if we go back one more time, right? Let's go all the way back. All I typed was the word OPT so far, right? I did that and OP. So I get the whole options piece, right? So I'm going to hit tab and I'll close off this object and hit enter. And now tab 9 is guessing this for me. I didn't do any of that, right? So I feel like that's really powerful. Did I like disable chat? Oh, I did. I paused chat by accident. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe I did. Maybe I didn't. Yeah, I can never tell when I'm pausing chat by accident. Whoopsie daisy. I think maybe I'll just refresh. Should come from scratch now. All right, cool. Should come from scratch now. All right, cool. Okay. Anyway, so I think that's really cool, the date format thing. But let's see how this really works. Let's go back to the browser. And we'll collapse these again like we did before. Let's go to the date, and then if we regenerate this now, let's pick a new date. Oh, it's still giving us a time though. So, I don't know. Let me pull up the API real quick. So you will, I think you always get this. I think you get this no matter what, right? I think you always get the full time string, daytime string, and then the formatting is just how it's displayed on this end, I bet. So this is 1800, probably because 1800 is a part of this. I would have thought that if we change this though to just year, month, day. Here, let's try this. Let's try this. Let's try month. Right? Something really weird. Let's see if that actually works. If that works, then we know that they're taking the whatever the year, month, day format is you give. Yeah, that worked. So yeah, this is just for our eyes, but they're gonna store in the database like all the information you would need to format it how you want to, right? So I think that's actually really cool. TwitchCon tickets on sale. Let's go. All right, next up we got this poster image. So this is the image field. The image field is really cool in Sanity, okay? So a couple things on the image field, right? So not only can you add an image, but here, check this out. Let's select this guy. So this is the images that I've uploaded so far. So basically my Sanity data lake has access to these images, so there's that. Another thing we can do is, let's go ahead and click this little crop icon right here. Check this out. For anyone that's worked with devices, this is, that's worked with content management systems in the past, you're probably familiar with the term focal point. And this is giving you a focus point and then allowing you to see what that's going to look like based on that focal point, what is this image going to look like in all these different aspect ratios. So if I wanted his hand to be the focus point, like maybe he has something really intense in his hands, you can kind of see here that that's what the focus is for all of these different breakpoints. It's so powerful. I can do anything I want with this too. I can play around with this in all kind of ways, and Sanity's backend system is going to control storing these and delivering them to my front end for me. It's nuts. It's so crazy. What is going on with my Oh, did I log out? Sorry, I'm trying to get back on stream. There we go. Sorry. Chris, you do what I do. What? I do what you do? Wait, which thing though? I do a lot. Do you know if yes, it optimizes the images as well. They're served from Akamai Image Manager. So absolutely optimizes them. It's nuts. It's totally nuts. Quayla, what you talking about? What you do that I do? And come over to Twitch. Come to where everybody else at. Facebook is where I draw you in, and then Twitch is where Twitch is where it really goes down. So anyway, yeah, that's the image field. There's another thing that I really just recently learned about this image field, which is really awesome. So like in a lot of cases, the image field itself is just one of a few things that you need to store, right? So you may have the image field, and then you may also have, hold on real quick, y'all, hang on. Okay, anyway, I'm trying to tell my Facebook users to come to Twitch because don't nobody be on Facebook no more. Anyway, so check this out. For images, right? You may have a field, but you may have more stuff too, like attribution. You may have alt text. You may have a caption, etc. So you are allowed with the image content type, field type, to actually like display more than just that one image and make it be a part of your image object. So like in this case, right? If we head back to the IDE. And let's take this poster image right here, right? I don't have to be done here. I can add fields as one of the, I can add an array of fields as one of the additional options here. And I can just do my define fields in here. So one of the fields that I want to add, let's say I want to add caption, right? So I'll do a define field. And these are going to be arrays. So then I'll do name is going to be caption. And then the type is going to be string. Okay, and now if we save that and head back over to the browser, right after this loads up, check this out. Now, as part of that package, right, as part of the poster image package, not only do I have an image with metadata surrounding it, right, I have a caption that I can associate with it without bloating out my data model, right? This is just stuff that I'm adding to the image itself. Right? I don't have to have a whole different decoupled field to worry about. This stuff is married to my image. Just to give you guys an example of how they tuck that in nice and neatly using this really robust data lake here. If we take a look at the poster, we can see now here's the image asset, right? That's the actual image file. There's the crop information because remember we set up those that focal point, right? And then the next thing here is, where's our caption? Oh wait, I haven't added a caption yet. Let's do this. All right, so now it's gonna save this change, right? Hold on, CJ IRL, I got you. I just want to show this real quick. There it is, right? There's our caption. As part of the photo package, right? As part of the poster, which is our photo package, we get a new property on demand, okay? It's really cool. Do you know the difficulty level in integrating an asset management system where this field would pull from there? Okay, that's a really good question. So what he's asking, right, is like, let's say you have a DAM somewhere, which is a digital asset manager. So let's say you have a DAM that is mainly responsible for video. So some of you guys may have heard of something called Brightcove, for example, or JW Player, right? These are digital asset management systems. And what they're responsible for is managing like a very specific type of asset. In the case of both of the ones I just mentioned, though, not really relevant to his system. These are video asset management systems. So what he would be more interested in is something like Binder, right? Binder houses imagery, and oftentimes in the form of PDFs, but it can just be regular, really high quality imagery as well. So the integration to a lot of these third-party tools, thankfully, CJ IRL, is not something you have to worry about, right? Basically, Sanity themselves have built a lot of different integration paths for us, so we don't have to worry about it. So if you look at like Sanity Binder plugin, and I only know this because something I was recently doing required that we do this, but this is one of so many things. And the integration paths are so easy. Like, the integration paths are like insanely easy. Like, you barely have to do any work yourself. You can just do everything you want. Look at this. Asset types. Grab the media, whether it's video or audio from these guys. Look how simple this is. This is so easy. This is just one field, I think. Oh no, this is a field on their article content type. So their article document has a binder image field, and then they have another binder media field, which is saying I want either one of these types, right? I just want some kind of media, something that they have called temporal media, which probably just something specific to binder. But yeah, dude, it's insane. It's really awesome. But yeah, I'm a huge fan of some of the portability. You're coming from another system and you want to feed it into Sanity. Yeah, it makes it really cool. The one thing I will say though is that if you are feeding things from another system into Sanity, you don't immediately get this integration where you can hotspot everything like crazy. You'd have to do another integration that moves what you have in Binder over to Sanity system somehow. So what I had shared here, those documents, right? The Sanity Binder plugin. I spelled that way wrong, but this here is just saying, hey, you can see the example, right? You can peruse your Binder library for images or for videos. But then you'd have to take it a step further to say that you can get the power of the Sanity Image Manager tool in your like against your binder imagery. So it'd be up to you to actually take it that step further. But you can also just apply your own hotspot to Sanity to the binder images if you want. So there's a few options there. All right, so going back to the UI, we're almost done with these field types. Images, one of my favorite fields. It's not my all-time favorite field. This is still going to be my all-time favorite field. But the next field here are just random fields. This is a number field. Popularity, another number field. We don't care about this. Those are so easy. These are like some of the more basic fields. I don't too much care to explain those. You guys kind of know how those work. The next thing I want to go through though are the entity reference fields or document reference fields. So these fields are arrays of other things, right? And to really explain this, I need to explain the concept of two different field types in Sanity, right? One of them is the concept of a array field type where you can have one or more of something, right? So believe it or not, this portable text field, it is a array of things, right? It's an array of something. In this case, it's an array of whatever is inside this block, right? That could be a bunch of different paragraphs in a rich text field. That could be an image nested in between here, surrounded by paragraphs, right? It's really whatever you want. But the important thing to note there is that there's this concept of an array type. And in this case, it was an array of blocks. But in this case down here, it's an array of references. And they say that the reference type here is a person, right? Because we're doing cast members. These are people. And you can get really tricky. You can get really cool with how you're doing these. And one thing I just noticed about this is these are references that you add in line, it looks like. So, oh, I get it. This is a object reference. Because what they're saying is I don't just want to say the actor, right? Because if we look in content, we have person in here. So I don't want to just say Matthew McConaughey. I want to say what his name was in the movie, okay? And I want to do some kind of tying him back to another system, like a third-party system somewhere, right? So now if Matthew McConaughey shows up in 8 different movies in my database, I can always separate his actor, right? I can have his actor be referenced one time and always have his proper character name pop up for the movie he's associated with. So that's a clever way for them to organize these. So, and then there are the crew members, which I actually think these can only be referenced. No, these can also be chosen. But I don't know if the actors can. Yeah, the actors can be chosen here too. I'd be really surprised if Matthew McConaughey is a crew member one day, but who knows? Maybe he'll be doing some humble method work as one of these folks. But yeah, so this is just the reference field type. I think it's really important to play around with one of these and show you guys how that looks in the IDE. So if we come back over here to our IDE, let's go down to one of our references. And here, this is really simple stuff. What they did here is they have a cast members field that is an array of these unique types, right? And these aren't primitives, which you get in. What I mean when I say primitives is if we go back to the browser, these are primitives, right? Everything in this left rail here are primitive fields, meaning they come out of the box from Sanity. They're the starting point, right? Anything else that you create is like a step above a primitive, right? It uses a group of primitives to make up this unique type. So in this case, cast member is not a primitive. It's something that the people who made this demo just created for us to have a character name, a reference to a real actor, and then some other metadata like external ID and stuff. So let's take a look at cast member. So we look at cast member here, we can see that this is its own object type, right? And that object has a few different fields. One of the fields is the character name, which we saw in the in the UI. The other one is a reference to a type of person, which we talked about, right? And then these are just 2 random fields here. Who cares? And then I want to talk a little bit about the preview system. Preview system is really cool in Sanity. So what do I mean when I say preview? So if we head back to the browser, this is a preview. This little block here, followed by this title, followed by the actor names right there. Those are previews. If we come back here, we can see that the person previews here look a little different, but kind of similar to the actor previews that we see here. The difference being that here we see the image and the actor's name, And underneath in the subtext there, we can see the character's name. But if we just go back to the person, since they could be a part of a bunch of different movies, we don't get a character name here. You just see the real actor names. So you have the ability to create previews based on context however you want. So in this case, I can say, hey, what's the preview for a movie that's in this context? Meaning someone clicked on the outermost movie button, right? And I can define a preview for that. If I don't define a preview for that, it's just going to show a really ugly default, which we'll look at here in a second. But once I have that movie defined, or let's actually look at person, right? Once I have that person defined here, I can actually change it based on where it's used. Which, like for example, in this case, we use the people here, so we can actually tell the preview to look a little different. So if we head back to the IDE, take a look at that, right? So the preview for the cast members, when you're displaying those, they actually have a subtitle of character name, right? But if we go to person, the preview that we get here, they don't have that. They just have title and media. They didn't need a subtitle for that. It's really simple. And they just make all of this stuff so intuitive and simple and easy to work with. All right, so I think I'm good with the fields. Hopefully you guys are good with the fields. Let me know if you have any questions. I think it's time for us to just hurry up and create this document type, get it over with. It's one of my all-time favorite things to do because it's so simple. But before I do that, I'm going to dig into some sushi because it tastes so good. All right, so, all right, 1 second, sorry. Quayle talk about coding and sushi. Yes, ain't nothing like it. Okay, hold on. I think we got a new chatter in the dojo. Hold on, if she come to Twitch, I'll give her the official computer lab welcome if you come over to Twitch. She's talking about perfect date night. They don't make them like Quayle no more, y'all. I'm telling y'all, they do not make them like Quayle no more. No, that's awesome. No, that's awesome. Okay, all right. Let's dive into this content type real quick. So the goal is just to make a very simple. We're not gonna do a lot of coding tonight, right? What we are gonna do is we're gonna make a single theater content type that shows up underneath screening. We'll give it 2 fields. One is we'll be able to have a theater logo, and we'll be able to have a theater name, right? So, and that's where we're gonna end out. That's where we're gonna end it for tonight. All right, Quayle, since you're finna be in Twitch, I'm actually gonna give you the official welcome real quick. Hold on. I'm gonna give you the official welcome. Hold on. You lucky I love you. I'm gonna give you the official welcome. Without doxing you. Okay, there you go. Okay, alright. First you get this, you get that, okay. Alright, you get that, and then you get the... Alright, and then you get this. Oh, I'm looking for you. Alright, hold on, let me give you the link. I'm gonna put the link in the chat. Yeah, come join the movement. Come join the computer lab, as we call it. I am loving this new intro. Somebody told me to look into a way to script all of these things happening at once, and I think that's brilliant. All right, we got a new coder in the dungeon. I mean, in the oh my God, CJ IRL. While I was talking to somebody on here, I had a really good idea for a name change. So remember when it was Combo Junkie, we was in the junkyard. But now since it's the modern dev guy, I was like, we should be in the computer lab. Tell me that don't go crazy, bro. Okay, I get excited easily. All All right, so let's build out our content type. We'll come back to the IDE, which it looks like I was already in the IDE. I hate when I do that. But now we need to first create a content type. I don't want to recreate the wheel here. So normally what I would do is if I had this all the way fleshed out, I would probably just copy and paste this movies.ts file. But honestly, what we need to do is so simple that I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to undo everything we did in here. Yeah, this doesn't warrant us like copying and pasting. We can just create a new file. We'll call it theater.ts. And I think we need to import two important things. One of them is going to be the define field method, and the other is going to be the define type method. And we're going to grab these from Sanity. Uh-oh, we got a new follow-up. What up, Quayla? Let's go. Let's go. Hold on, I'm gonna give you the official you get the official thing now that you're here, okay? Let's go. Somebody was like, what you gonna do when there's like 100 people in the chat at one time? I don't know. Oh yeah, 48. If you check the chat, you'll see I got emojis now or emoticons now. Oh, you already saw it. You already saw it. Like the little dancing. Anyway, all right. Enough goofing off, y'all. Okay. Welcome to the chat, Quayla. All right, let me get this out of here. Look at her, found it already. I couldn't even find it. I don't even know how y'all finding it. All right. Okay. So let's go ahead and make this type. Let me just steal the import. It's just from regular Sanity, right? So define field and define type. All right. So Sanity. All right. So and then for anybody who codes a lot but don't know about tab 9, okay, y'all about to see the real power of tab 9 right now. Watch how little I actually type. So define type here is going to just be my default export because I really just want to call this theater anyway, so that's fine. So I'll say the name of this is going to be theater, and Sanity does this really cool thing, right? If you want to, like, let's say I wanted my title to just be theater. Well, in that case, I don't need to supply name. Sanity is going to automatically use the name as my title, right? So it'll just be an uppercase variant of this title, right? So there's that. And then here, I'm going to duplicate this. The next thing I do need is a type of document. Okay, and then also you need fields, right? So an array of fields, and that is literally it. That's all you need to create a type. So the first field we'll create, let's actually just scope this out a little bit more. We said we're going to do a name field, and then we said name field, and then we said we were going to do a logo field, right? So let's work on our name field. So we're going to define field first. Look at this. Check this out. Tab 9 is the GOAT. Okay, I'm gonna get rid of some of these because I don't need these. So I actually do want this. I do want this, right? Oh, it was asking me if I wanted to keep their suggestions. So I'm gonna keep title, and then what I'll do here is I'll actually call this theater name because I want it to look a little better than name. Name can be what we call it though in the as a machine name. I'm gonna get rid of title here. This is a redundancy. We do want this to be sourced from the name field, so that's good. 100 characters seems a little lengthy for a slug. I'm gonna cap it at 60. And then the image field, this is actually gonna be our logo field, so I'm gonna change that. I'm gonna call this logo. We'll get rid of that. The type is gonna be image. Hotspot's gonna be true, and I do want to add that caption field, right? So I'm gonna add a fields array. And you don't actually need, I don't think you need the define field here. It's just a way to make it more readable. You can actually just use the object reference here, right? I can just say name and type, right? I can say the name of this is gonna be caption and the type is gonna be string, right? And I could probably put this at the same line since it's just a couple of options, a couple of properties. And then there's one of my subfields, right? Another one we can add is probably attribution, right? So I'm gonna just add attribution here. And that's also gonna be and let's make this one a little trickier. Let's make this one be a reference to one of our people, right? So I'm gonna say that attribution is a type of, um, it's probably just a single reference though, right? So it's gonna be a reference type, and then what you say it's a reference to a type of person, right? And this is what tells it that I want you to look up in the system to see the people I currently have in my database, and that's who I want you to use for that. So now we should have a nice little content type, but now we have to connect that content type to the actual CMS, right? Simply adding theater.ts doesn't do it. If we head back to the browser right now, you guys can see that even though hot reloading is working and all that, we still don't have the theater type here, right? We still only have movie person screening. So to tie it all together, all you have to do is go to your index.ts and you'll first import it into your index.ts, and then you'll export it as one of your schema types. And then this is wired up to be imported into the actual Sanity configuration, which we won't get into on this stream, but we will be getting into it over the next 6 weeks. So we're gonna put this in alphabetical order, elemental PQRS. This is kind of not in alpha sorted order right now. It's kind of driving me crazy, but I'm not gonna worry about it. Let's just at least be a little bit theater. And I know some of you guys may be like, I'm from across the pond and I spell it like that, but sorry, I'm from America and I've been trained to spell it the way that I just spelled it there. So spell it however you're most comfortable with, of course. All right, let's head back to the browser now and see what that looks like. Uh-oh, did I ever come out the browser? Alright, I think I've been in studio mode this whole time. Hopefully you guys can see the browser now, though. We now have this theater option here. When I click that, I don't have any theater documents, but I can make one. Alright, so here we have the theater name. We could say this is IMAX Theater. Okay. And then I can generate a slug for it. IMAX Theater. I can add a image for it. Let's go ahead and upload the IMAX logo that I conveniently have on my desktop. I'll collapse these two. Oh, annoying. We'll give it a caption. One of the best theaters in the world. All right, and then we'll give it an attribution, and notice that I can either create a new person or I can just peruse through the people in our list. We'll say Matthew McConaughey. All right, there we go. And we can only have one because we didn't set this as an array type, right? This is just one of our standard field types, so we can only have one. And I'll go ahead and publish that. Boom, Dunson. All right, so let's just recap real quick. So we went over what it looks like to create an account in Sanity.io, this really powerful content management system. We talked about all of the bells and whistles that it has to offer. I mean, out of the box, we didn't do anything to see some of the craziness that they did with this movie content type, some of the stuff that we just did in literal minutes, right? We just did that in a few minutes. We just created our own little content type. We're going to do a lot more with this tomorrow. And we saw how to kind of stand up these sandboxes in real time. So what are we doing tomorrow night? Tomorrow night is going to be all about fleshing out this IMAX Theater content type so we can really see what our CMS is capable of. We're going to look at a lot more advanced capabilities of the field system. So we're going to be going through a lot of these. Not every single one, I'll admit, we won't go through all of them, but we'll go through a lot of them. And one we're going to spend a lot of time on actually is the block field type. I think that you guys are going to really enjoy what we do with this WYSIWYG widget, or as some of you may be familiar with it, the text editor. So yeah, I'm gonna end there, guys. Thank you all for joining. Thanks to all of my new subscribers, for sure. Thanks to all the new subs. We love those. All right. If you are interested in seeing, more of the content, but you don't have time to follow the stream, that's okay. Make sure you head over to youtube.com /@moderndevguy. I'll put the link in the stream chat. And otherwise, thank you guys for joining, and I will see you all next time. I love you all. Peace out, my coders, my coding friends. That was me throwing kisses, by the way. I don't know how that looked on the stream, but that's supposed to be me blowing kisses, and I noticed it don't look like that. So I'm gonna get better at this, y'all, over time. Trust me. All right, bye.